All right, everyone. I bring you guests on an ANNM podcast, and I have a first-time guest that we've been trying to plan this out for a while. He is the host of the Brokusatsu. It's Brokusatsu, right?
Yes.
Because I know it's Brokusatsu is the channel and your name, and I was like, it's the Brokusatsu, and I forgot to write it down in my notes. See, my guest does figure photography, stop animations, a podcast, obviously, reviews figures like SH Figure Arts, and they're amazing. And I ordered a Cougar one because of one of your videos. It's Brokusatsu. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Hello, everyone. My name is Brokusatsu. I'm the most infinite number one, or not number one. I'm a toy photographer, I can say. I do stuff on channel like Mike said. I do podcasts, I do toy reviews, discussions, and yeah.
So I was doing research. When are you gonna make part 2 of your what got you into Tokusatsu? I was doing notes and I was like, there's a part 1, and I was like, where's part 2? Because you kind of left it on a cliffhanger, and I was like, man, I would have put him on the spot and asked him about that part 2.
When I made that video, that was 2 years ago.
I know.
When I got into comic writing, you could say I was watching Dustin, aka Next Decade video about his video about Japan, and there was a part of that video that they asked me about what got them to comic writing. I was like, what? I should make my own video then. So I got my tripod that was crappy on the time, my phone that was also a little bit crappy, but at the same time not. And I just made a video, and
I was like, he's on the Attack on Titan production schedule. I was like, we'll get part 2 like in 2023. But because I was watching it and I was like, oh man, I haven't really gotten to talk to a lot of people who got into Tokusatsu via Super Sentai. Most of the time, it's been Kamen Rider, Godzilla, or Ultraman.
My introduction to Toku was Power Rangers, just like everyone else was. The original when I was a kid around early 2000 on Jetix, then with a Lightspeed, and Time Force, Wild Force, did the Disney era, my era of Power Rangers, Dino Thunder, Ninja Storm, SPD, Mystic Force, Overdrive, Jungle Fury, RPM, my generation for Power Rangers right there, and
yeah. I've heard your thoughts on the previous generation of Power Rangers, which is mine, because I was 7 when Mighty Morphin came out. And I was just like, I'm glad people from newer generations of Power Ranger fans are also tired of Mighty Morphin, because I don't even like it from a nostalgia. Like, I rewatched it.
Listen, I'm gonna say this: my mom grew up with Mighty Morphin. My dad, I don't know about my dad, but my mom grew up with Mighty Morphin, and I have like a lot of friends that love MMP and everything. That's fine; they can like it, but for me, dude, it just milked the crap out of, and I'm just getting annoyed with Hasbro doing that. And it looks like that Hasbro finally listening to the fans about that, and thank God they are, because boy, next year's Lightning Collection is gonna be so fun for me.
They're only temporary listening. Let's be realistic here. They're gonna come up with because they got those. Was it those Q whatever line that they did for Red Rio Soldier, and now we're getting Draken, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna do all the MMPRs for that, and then I was like, no, they're just getting started. Like, they're gonna milk it. They're just they're letting it simmer for a bit while they come up with more ideas.
They've been milking that line for like what? 3 years. 3 years they've been milking those 3 seasons for that whole line.
Yeah. Now I see some shelf space there with some LCs. What is your thought on the Lightning Collection? Because I've got some flack for a couple how outspoken I've been about that line.
I seen your video. I saw your video. My opinion on it is they're not perfect. No, half of my Lightning Collection figure has huge issues. Some don't. Like, for real. Last year when I found the latest wave, that was I think wave 10, I think it was. I found Downcharge green, In Space pink, Phantom Ranger and Zeo Yellow at my local Myers. I bought them before Christmas, a couple days before Christmas. And I was like, oh, hold up, I got lucky. Okay, I'm buying all of them. And I did. The one I'm most excited for is Down Charge Game because I love Kyryuger, one of my favorite Sentais. And when I played with that figure, I said in my review that the paint on his hands is the paint on the sword that I put in his hand wasn't fully painted. It was dry and dusty and came off. Same thing happened to my SPD Blue Ranger 2 years ago with his one weapon.
That happened to the only one I opened out of all my sets, which was Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Red. Jason, like that.
Happened to mine too, and same for my in Space Red and in Space Silver. Sadly.
Yeah, like the red. And like the back wasn't painted, like, you know, perfect. Like, and I had friends who are figure collectors and this and that, and they stick to like the 90s stuff. So like TMNT, even though that's technically 80s, and I had to explain if that's 80s, that's not 90s. Like you have to put that on a different shelf.
I had the Turtle Rangers up there though.
I was about to follow. I bought those. I still have them in the box, and I was done. I sold my whole entire Lightning collection, legit everything except for Zach with the Dragon Shield, which I got signed by him.
Oh, nice.
And then I still have the Jason 2-pack Gold Zeo with red that I need to get signed by him.
Sadly, because I did not attend SDCC.
I was working Comic-Con, and my now wife, who was my fiance at the time, she was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna come visit." Like, okay, yeah, like I have the industry badge. You can, you know, I got her. I bought her badge like way in advance, and I was like, "Yeah, come meet me." Or like, here's some money. Like, run over there and grab me this this Jason 2-pack. I need it. And like, and then when I was going to resell everything, I was like, I can't sell this. Like, I like the way it looks. Like, I wanna, like, I'm not gonna open it. I just want it signed because I have this thing. Even though I think Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, rewatching it, doesn't hold up. It's overhyped. I still have that nostalgia where it's like, outside of, you know, Trini's actress, I get to have a lot of them to sign stuff, and it kind of like hits that nostalgia bubble for me. But when I sold the collection, I had everything. I was getting just not Mighty Morphin. I was getting like, I had the Draken Evo, I had everything, and I was like, I'm selling this whole
I never
fucking.
got Draken Evo, sadly, because one, I don't trust Hasbro Pulse.
I don't.
Me. And two, I can't find him for like a retail price that isn't on Pulse.
I got mine from a reseller who I don't think they really knew that they could have marked it up, but I think they just had buyer's remorse. And so I got it for like the same price as Pulse from just a reseller. And I was like, all right, cool. But I was just like, I'm a fan of the comics and this, that. And I was like, man, Tommy's washed. I'm tired of Tommy.
Dude, hold on. Where is it? I bought this before I went on my trip to California around 2018 at my local Barnes & Noble. Because I say, no, I'm going to Cali for Christmas. I need a book to relax on a plane read. And I bought this Soul of the Dragon novel. And I read half of it at the other time. At the time, I just read the full story online. And dude, I can't keep up with comics. I can't. The last story I read for Power Ranger was like the Shattered Grid, and after that, I just stopped because
everything, because I haven't talked about it on any of my podcasts. I've gone on a lot of people's shows to talk about Power Ranger comics. I told her after Shattered Grid, nothing was really like hitting that stride until the Altarian War, because they went in to the lore of Zordon more and his ties to Zed, and it was really good. But I was just getting tired. Like, I mean, this comic book's been around since 2015, and it's still freaking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I'm like, I've been reading Power Rangers for 7 years. I'm like, I'm tired. Like, give me Zeo. I'll take Turbo at this point. Like, I don't care.
Dude,
I mean, all right, I'm not gonna say things I can't take back, but
I did read. I think 2 years ago, I did read like half of the Turtle Power Ranger crossover, and after that, I stopped reading. I didn't care. I did read some of the aftermath with a Ranger Slayer becoming a Cosmic Ranger, and those ugly suits, by the way. Those suits are god ugly.
I like the suits.
I just stopped being like,
no. That's the thing, is like, like I would say, the comic book is just not doing well to bring in like casual fans and people who just want stuff outside of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's not doing a good job at that. But yeah, no, because I was just like the Lightning Collection stuff. I was like, oh, I want Omega Ranger. I was like, why are we getting like Dragon and Ranger Slayer and like the Sentry?
I have Omega Ranger. It's like
basically, it's basically Omega Ranger. But yeah, no, I was trying to like figure out like why we're not like, I like the comics, but it's like, okay, now we got TMNT and this, that. I'm like, well, why can't we get anything else that was like original from the comics at least? But the TMNT line was good.
I do want that. I do want to get my hands on that Green Ranger spreader one day. And I said to myself 2 years ago when these came out, I was not gonna get them because Palma last year was a complete crap. I was not gonna get them, but when I saw them at a couple of local GameStops near me, I said, "Crap, I need them."
Yeah, no, I said like literally, I was like, I'm a hypocrite. I said I was never gonna buy any more Lightning Collection stuff again, and then I got the Turtle line, but I was like, but it's Ninja Turtles, like I can't.
Now we all need just a toy review from you, then you're good.
I can't. I do the Soto reviews. It's easier for me to review Sotos because instead of me just talking about how the figures look, I could talk about how annoyed I was putting stickers on them. So like that, I can milk a couple minutes about that. But like for a figure review, I used to try, and I was just like, oh yeah, no, look at the shoulders, this, that. Then I'm like, yeah, that's that. It was like a 90s, not even a 90-second video, and I'm like, I can't milk this. But with like model kits and Sotos and like those stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I could spend like 2 minutes talking about how a pain in the ass it was to put like the driver on it. Like I can milk those videos all day.
I'll be real for you. I hate stickers, and I did pre-order the Blade model kit. I love Blade and all, and I'm gonna get annoyed by putting the stickers on.
It's not gonna be that bad.
I may not put it on because I did the same thing to the Deno model kit that I got from Team Commerce contest. Last year, and I may or may not put stickers on Blade, but who knows?
I'm trying to think which one was the, because I have like a shelf with all of them. I think for me the Fies and the Ryuki with the dragon were the two worst for stickers, especially Fies, or Ghost was, because all the orange on it on the suit, every line was an individual sticker.
Mine was built on double. I hate those
two. Doubles was annoying with the legs.
Another thing, my copy broke on me sadly, but his left eye keep popping out, and the whole figure was not attaching a lot sadly.
Yeah, I have that.
For builds, that figure's loose. It was loose after I built it.
There's a few of them that are like that. My build one, and oddly enough, my Hibiki and X8 are very loose. And I'm like, this is a model kit. This is supposed to be kind of like a statue. Even I got the master grade freaking double in that one.
That looks sexy. Not gonna lie. I wish I have that, but
I have a blemish on it. They didn't do good QC on it. It has a lump on its forehead.
You can show that I don't have like a lot of space.
See, you need some risers, because I had the same issue, and then I put risers on the shelves, and now I'm like, oh, I could fit so much more because I was having them all the same level, and I'm like, oh. And my friend's like, why don't you buy risers? I'm like, I don't spend money. And he's like, dude, you get them for like $10 at Target. They have ones that like extend out because they're supposed to be like the ones you put in your like cupboard for spices. And I'm like, I can just put my figures on them. Now I'm like, oh, I could fit like 32 figures on a shelf now. I'm like, that's nice.
Let me go see if my Target has it. Cause like where I live at times, I have to start trying to find in public. It's dry and just annoying.
I usually have to order online or freaking. And I live in San Diego, and I'm like, you figure I'd find stuff out here. There's stores there. Nope.
Well, I'm in Ohio though. Won't say we're in Ohio because I don't want to get doxxed. But
yeah, no. So. I'm at the point where like I'm in San Diego. Like I'll dox myself sometimes by mistake. Like I've done unboxings where I had to go back and they were up for a couple days, and my friends will type like, "Hey, your whole entire like address stickers on the video," and I'm like,
I,
"Oh,
I have to hide my info when doing unboxing, like on Instagram or something, because I don't want no one to know where I live.
yeah." Yeah, I've luckily there's only like 3 views on the video, so I'm like, all right, it's good. I'll go back through and like cut it out. I was like, no one's seen it because I was like, man, and I was like, I'm not worried about getting attacked or anything. It's just I like someone's gonna take my CSMs. That's my biggest fear. It's like not my physical safety. It's just like, man, I bought too many CSMs. Please
Dude,
don't.
dude, I don't have a CSM. I'm still waiting for my Decker driver from Toku.
I
Don't,
I got lucky when I resold or like sold the Lightning Collection stuff, and then I have so many like Japanese stores out here, like supermarkets, that I could find a lot of Kamen Rider stuff.
I want
And
Japanese stores in Ohio, but we don't have any where I live.
yeah,
That's annoying. And the
it
closest to a Japanese store is my local mall, FYE. That's it.
uh,
It's like
they
that.
they closed the one by me, and I was mad because I was finding good like nano blocks and stuff there, but I was buying up all the candy toys and reselling them, and it goes against my whole morality on reseller markets. But I was like, man, if I can make money and it pays for my own stuff, like I resold so much Zenkaiser like mini plas and Udos when they first came out that like that paid for like 2 of my CSMs.
I I resaw well this year I saw a couple of stuff to make money.
Yeah.
I saw like 2 Lightning Collection and yeah, 3 SA figure arts. And yeah, I can see, I can totally see that.
Well, it's because SH figure arts outside of the base 3 Saber ones, and that's that. A lot of the SH figure arts have good value to them, even
I
opened.
have I have Espada, Saber and Blade. I hate Saber. That figure's trash,
It,
and I hate that figure because my copy helmet, well, visor pop off a lot. The hand did not want to hold the sword, and opposing it feel like being tortured.
yeah,
So
those. I'm just mad because starting I didn't have any 01 SH figure arts, but I noticed there's a
I
side.
do. I
Right, I know you do. I just noticed a clear cut height difference with
I
the
have like
Saber ones and the
I,
older ones.
I have like the main 5: Jin, Hirobi, 01, Fuwa, and Valkyrie. I have Sovereign Justice in the background, same for Assault Vulcan, Ultra's Wolf as well. I
Yeah,
do need to get Bowser and Katachi, Arc, Easy one day, and Naki.
jeez.
Yeah.
I made the decision that I wasn't gonna go for SH figure arts anymore unless I found them like at like because we have a chain out here and it's over the country in different states book off, and sometimes I'll find SH figure arts for like 45, 50. And the last one I bought was Dark Kiva, and I was like, I'm done with SH figure arts because they're very expensive. Um,
Just figure to me. I'll take a good picture and pose and convince
right.
you.
And it's just like, so I have like my shelf, and I'm like, you know what? I've got a good amount. I've got a majority of the wizard ones. I've got every Blade SH figure art and their
I,
motorcycles.
I, don't,
So I
I,
was
don't,
like, I'm
I don't
good.
have any blades, sadly. Wizard, sadly, I don't have either. I did skip in the week to save money now, so
Yeah, that's why I was done. I was like, the Saber ones I only got, or the Blade ones I only got because I was like, listen, I need the complete Blade everything. So like, I finally found the Liangle buckle in Japan, so I finally have that being shipped out to me, and I'm like, now I have every driver. I was like, I just need Chalice's weapon and Langle's weapon, and I have every weapon, and then I have every SH figure out. Like, I'm good.
I know I can help you on find that weapon. His weapon is
Oh,
like
I found it. I just don't want to spend money right now. I've seen it a couple. That pops up more than the actual buckle itself. I see the weapons more than anything.
I'm not gonna lie. I was really tempted to go pay like $400 on Mandarake for the Blade CSN, but at the same time, I can't do that much, dude. I'm trying to save
Yeah,
up for a important item that have my eyes on my birthday, like 2 months from now. And
I canceled some stuff to like justify buying things.
same
So
here. I did the same thing here. A couple of figures.
I canceled the Birth XCSM that's coming out,
I
and
cancel.
then
I cancel like a lot of Mayfex figures. Nightfall Nightfall, Azure Batman, symbiote comic book Spider-Man, which I'm mad about that I don't have him now.
Oh, is that
May
the
6th,
Secret Wars? Is it the Secret Wars symbiote one?
yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
May
I
6th,
don't I don't do a lot of stuff with Marvel line, but
Nightwing Hush, which I want because the McFarlane version of Nightwing figure is trash. I'll probably buy a big BTS one day. Harley Quinn, Wolverine, Toka, Storm, SA figure coming with Black Sun, and
yeah, I
yeah,
need that. I I I'm trying to think. The Hasbro stuff, like most of the Marvel stuff, I don't really like. The only one I want is the freaking Toei Spider-Man.
I had that figure. It's not good. It's
Yeah, I know. I saw the posability on it and this and that, and I'm like, but I just want it. Yeah, I just want it on display with my other Toei Spider-Man stuff because there's not a lot of Toei Spider-Man merch.
the SA figure one is pricey though. I
Yeah,
was thinking
I'm
about
not. I'm not kidding.
I was thinking, but hey, Noah, no, let me go find him a decent price. I can now.
No.
Well, kind of. Mandarake had him on this sometime, but at the same time, I can't.
Yeah, and
And
depending on what storefront is, you're going to be paying a lot for shipping.
and next year, I'm trying to save enough money for like Power Morph Con. I want to go 2024. So
Yeah,
not
that's what I was thinking. Like,
not
luckily, yeah, luckily me and my wife went up, we drove up, and even that was a pain in the ass because of traffic and construction. But I was like, oh, Power Morph Con's in 2 years. I was like, yeah, I'll go back. And then I was like, because there's a lot of good merch stands there. Like, everyone laughs that, like, when people bumped into me there, they're like, oh, what'd you get for Power Ranger stuff? And I open the bag, and it's just like Kamen Rider drivers and gimmicks. And I was like,
dude,
I didn't buy any Power Ranger stuff. I bought
dude,
all Kamen Rider
dude.
stuff.
I said it on my latest podcast episode, but I said that for those who gonna find me there, who gonna see me, please yell, hey, Brokusatsu. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, thanks, that's me. Come take a picture of me and find me, cause well, I'm down to see a lot of my peeps there.
I'm glad only like 2 people recognized me, like, and knew who
Okay,
I was. And I saw other people and I was like, hey, this, that, but it's like I just, dude, after driving, I just wanted to like get some merch, get some signatures, just chill. I'm only going for one day, and like I was like, and I'm not really a big social person at conventions. Like, I just want to like I'm focused. Like, let me get my merch, let me get my signatures. Like, and I was, but in 2 years, I'm hoping it's going to. I'll probably go more like than one day. It was my first time going, so I was like, oh, this is interesting.
the
Um,
next one, the next one's still gonna be at Pasadena
yeah,
in
that's a good convention spot. It's a good spot.
I know that around like the early 2000 when Overdrive thing was Overdrive to like what Samurai. It was at Anaheim. No, Overdrive to Downcharge. It was at Anaheim. It was, and I was hoping it was there. I was hoping it was there this year, but now it's at Pasadena.
Yeah, it's from a traveling standpoint and getting, it's so much easier to go to Pasadena than Anaheim. Like, it's so congested over there because you got Disney and Universal and
Yeah,
everything else over there. It's like you need to kind of stay away from that area if you want, unless you want to pay overpriced for food and hotels and transit. But it
and
is
yeah. Then Disney did boot Power Rangers, so
yeah, well, I yeah, they did. But yeah, no, I get, canceling pre-orders and saving up for stuff because now my next thing that I'm like, do I cancel it? Is the Kyuga sword? Like, I have that pre-order, and I'm like,
I did not
I
have
don't want to.
that clear right there.
I was like, I don't want to cancel that. Like, I need, like, I want to keep it, but like, I was like,
What you need is the SA Figures Cougar Titan. That's a really good figure, and I have it right next
I know I ordered one. Yeah, because you even said like, oh yeah, I was like, oh, that's a good looking figure. Like, I know you should order one. I'm like, shit, I should, huh? That's a good idea. I was like, I like the way you think. And then watching the review video, I'm like, man, that is a good looking figure. And I'm not even the biggest Kuga fan at all. Like,
I get comments like a lot of people saying, man, the way you post the figure really tempted me to go buy like Lightning Collection or SA Figure or the one figure. I'm like maybe you should, like, because my the latest picture I took was the double picture for the Futo PI version I have, and I made to convince a friend to get it, and he's now satisfied about it.
Nice. I need to watch Food OPI. I watched the first 2 episodes. I was like, I'm just gonna wait till it's done. I don't have time to like.
Ain't gonna lie, I do have
Yeah.
I do have both versions of
Oh, nice.
this guy. Original that last year and Futo PI version, which is on my shelf because this is gonna be my double from now on for shelf life.
Oh, the anime one.
Yeah,
I know. I was tempted to get some of the candy toy for double, like the Shoto line stuff that's coming out, and I was like, ooh, it's premium Bandai. Of course it is for 3 figures, but it's their civilian forms. So like we don't get enough figures of civilian forms, so I was like, I can't cancel that pre-order. Like that's
I'm tempted to go. Pre-order the Sodo Super X set, come with Fang, Extreme, and Tri-Axle because those are so good. The mini figure art in my eyes, and I love it.
yeah, that's really what they are. Like that's why like I made the decision no more SH figure arts. I'm doing Sotos and like Shotos because one, they don't take as much space and I can display more of them. But then from a price standpoint, especially for Sotos, for the price of one SH figure art, I could buy 2 sets of Soto. Like the price of the Kiva Dark that I bought, I technically got Kamen Geats Wave 1 and Wave 2 for the Soto line for less than that one SH figure art was.
One was funny though. Last year on Mandarake, I paid like almost like $200 for double. And this year for Army, I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay like what? Almost 200 for Hirobi and Valkyrie separate. And that was a big yikes.
Yeah, that's
It was worth it though, but at the same time, it was a big yikes.
That's why I was like, I give anyone who's into SH figure arts all the credit in the world because that out of any collecting stuff, SH figure arts to an extent is probably more expensive than getting into drivers because I'm trying to get every driver and I'm up to like 30 right now.
I can't buy every driver. I have the Neo Deca driver. I have the super version of the Deca driver that I bought. I think that last year I think it was. But yeah, no.
Yeah, that's my issue. Like, because I started off like, oh, I'm just gonna get main rider drivers only, and then I started getting secondaries. And I was like, I'm not gonna buy any gimmicks. And the next thing you know, I now have every icon, every wizard ring. I have a few progress keys, but I have every Wonder Ride book. But then I stopped with the revise for the 10 vice stamps because like I just want base 10 on the display.
A friend of mine did when Raver was airing that he bought every Rayvice item and he's still sobbing pain and misery.
Yeah, I stopped after the Demons driver. I was like, all right, I'm not getting any more drivers. I'm not getting secondary turn. I'm done. I'm just getting main driver only because now I'm going back and hunting down stuff. So I finally got the Kiva driver, and I finally got the.
I have his SA figure right across from me, right next to Revy, Vice, and Evil.
I like that Evil SH figure art so much.
I have a feeling you saw my review on him.
Yes, I did. And I'm just like, I want to buy one, but I'm just like, I'm trying to stick to my guns and saying I'm not buying more figures.
And my picture videos aren't helping.
No, they aren't, because I'm just like, look at the detail on that. Because like, I already like that suit so much. It's one of my favorite Reiwa era suits, and I'm just like, I was like, man. I was talking to my wife about it. I found a guy who does cosplay props and this and that, and I was like, I'm gonna show up at Power Morphicon in 2024. Day 1, King Form Blade, and day 2, Evil. That's it.
I do have plans for Power Morphicon to bring my Cure-Made Changer with me, and a certain other item I have my eyes on that I'm gonna get pretty soon, which is SP license from a Decker Ranger because I love
Nice.
SPD as well. And if and
Yeah, I watched
I will be doing the morphic sequence there as well for them. So,
nice.
yeah.
There was a lot of cosplay and morphing sequences there, and it like threw me off because there was like Ultraman and Commoner cosplays there, and I was like, wow.
There was I did see a video of one guy wearing the Captain Marvelous suit from the 10 Years movie with
Yeah.
the whole Gokai gauntlet. He won that.
Yeah.
By the way. He won that. He won in the cosplay contest. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But like, damn, how long did that took to make all of that?
Dude, there's also someone at Zombie Genom or Genom, and then there was the Jakku Dragon Caliber, and I was like, these are there's a couple Fizes there or drives there.
Two of my friends went as Ichigo and did like the freaking Spider-Man meme.
Oh, Pointy, yeah, nice.
That's funny.
Someone showed up as a TMNT Power Ranger.
Yeah, I saw that.
We walked right by it, and I was just like, I thought because they were standing still, so I thought it was a statue at first to promote stuff, and then like it moved. I was like, that's someone in cosplay. I was like, all right, you know what? Like, I was like, maybe I shouldn't cosplay because that's peak right there. Like, I can't talk. That looks so good.
I can't get the cosplay, but at the same time, last Halloween, I did a knockoff version of Tsukasa from Decade. My version, you can say, cheap as heck. Me wearing a driver and passing on Halloween candy wearing like somewhat like a magenta or non-magenta shirt and jacket and say,
nice.
Okay, this is my costume. So,
yeah. No, I've done closet cosplays constantly back when I used to go to conventions a lot. That decade though, I have a thing about anniversary seasons in Kamen Rider. So
I have a I always talk about my 2 cents on anniversary shows on Twitter and how I feel about them.
I don't like them. I mean, Revice didn't feel like an actual anniversary season from the standpoint of like.
I didn't like Revice. I always said why I didn't like Revice.
Yeah, no.
Whew.
I tell everyone I tell everyone if you don't like a season, that's fine. Like I don't get mad at people for not liking seasons unless like they don't like Blade, and then I'm like, what's wrong with you?
You did not tolerate Blade slander on here.
Yeah, I don't tolerate that. Like, but then again, I've been a public fan of Ghost for years, and a public fan, and I actually enjoyed Saber while it was airing. So it's like I've already dealt with the Toku Twitter negativity, so I'm like, I can handle anything on that platform now with Toku.
I like Ghost. I like Ghost. It's one of my favorites. But at the same time, it is not the best. It's not perfect.
No. Oh no, it's definitely not. There's a lot of issues.
I do have criticism towards it, but at the same time, I did retweet yesterday. Someone said that Ghost is better than X8, and I commented and said, yeah, I agree, and I stand by that to the very day.
I like that. I think I retweeted it because I'm like, oh, more people are actually not scared to say they like Ghost now. I'm like, great, I'm not alone.
I said that on the Runaway Tokusatsu podcast with a couple of friends of mine that Ghost is better than X8, and I will die on that hill, and and I also said that yesterday on my podcast episode that Zenkaiger is better than Gokaiger, and I also die on that hill because
I don't know why everyone hates Zenkaiger right now. I know Don Brothers is like everyone saying Don Brothers is like the best Super Sentai they've ever seen, but like Zenkaiger was fun. It
is. I like Zenkaiger. Not perfect, but at the same time, I have feeling people just hate on it because it's not Gokaiger. And Gokaiger was a lot of people's introduction to Sentai. Not mine. I don't care for the show, but still.
No, like I can't watch Super Sentai week to week. I like binging it. Like I could watch Kamen Rider and Ultraman every week. For some reason, Super Sentai, I enjoy it more if I could just like marathon a couple episodes. So I got like 10 episodes into Zenkaiger. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till it ends. And then right before the final episode, I just watched all of them up until it ended. And then same with Don Brothers. I watched like 3 episodes. I was like, I'm gonna wait and I'm just gonna binge it.
Maybe you need that essay figure Zenkaiger.
Nope. Honestly, that I wasn't tempted by that at all. I was like, no. I was like, it's nice, but it's just like, no. Like it just.
They are.
I mean, all the Ultraman SH figure arts I also have, which those are the SH figure arts I will keep getting because Ultraman gets no merch at all.
Super Y has been grinding a lot for Ultraman. I respect him for that.
Yeah, I've been getting all the DVDs and Blu-rays, and I've watched a majority of almost every Ultraman season. But it's
I
like,
did sell my Ultraman Z Ultra Alpha Edge figure this year, and I have the base form, which I'm okay with. I love the base form. I do want to get my hands on Ultimate form and Gamma form and other forms, but Alpha Edge I'm okay not getting because I sold it. My copy was good. At the same time, it wasn't good, but yeah.
I'm missing, I think, the ground form for RB, and then I'll have all of those SH figure arts. But the main one I want to start getting all the Orb ones at some point when I have time.
I didn't like Rube, but I love Orb. I watched
Orb is one of my favorites, and I told you got to watch the Origin Saga too. You got to watch both.
I did not watch that yet.
That's so good.
I just watched with no show at that demo review.
Yeah, no, Orb is one of my favorites. Besides like Ultra 7 and stuff like that.
I love that mini crew.
It's so good. I tell everyone that's like the best like introductory like Ultraman season. Besides Jeed, because Jeed is like my second favorite. Because Ultraman.
Jeed
was Belial's such a good.
He was antagonist. Jeed was a little bit of a slog, a little bit of boredom for me to get past. Cause at times I liked it, but other times the action directed by Sakamoto himself. But it was just bored. It was just kind of boring for me, kind of say.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not for everyone. I just like Belial so much that I'm just like, I was like, I want to start getting some of like the transformation devices. So I have a beta capsule pre-ordered, which I should not spend money on, but I want to like try and hunt down the Rube one and the Orb ring and all those.
I'm gonna say that when we go to Japan, it could be a gold mine for Ultraman and Conrad Sentai down there.
We were planning a trip, and then the world happened in the last 2 years. I have a friend of mine going out next August, and I was like, hey, listen, here's what's gonna happen while you're there. You know what I like? He likes Toku too, and I'm like, listen, here's what's happening. You let me know, you take photos. I will literally PayPal you or like direct wire transfer to your bank account, whatever you need for funding.
Japan,
you get me what I want.
Japan did reopen again.
I know. And if I'm not gonna be able to go next year at all. Probably the following year, hopefully.
And I did talk to a couple of family members. Said around like what 2025. Said 2025. I'm down to take us down there because 2023. 2023 I'm busy, but saying money for Power Morphicon. Then 2024 Power Morphicon gonna happen.
Yeah, and then
2025. I want to try and save like a lot of money, so
yeah,
so we can pay for the flight, ticket, the train pass to go to different locations.
Yeah, and that merch,
toys,
then merch,
all that.
You're gonna have to like. I already like did it like math in my head. I'm like, man, I'm gonna need like tens of thousands of yen while I'm there just for merch, like. And because my friends going in August, I'm like, you're going when new Kamen Rider starts to come out in like season finale. Is like, that's the perfect time. And he's like, I know. I'm like, you're gonna have to buy me so much stuff. Like, I'm gonna like get me this.
Yeah.
Get me.
Yeah. I will be seeing a 2025 Kamen Rider merch down there when I get the chance.
Yeah. And then I was just like, man, then you could go to like the Madarake, like actual different storefronts, and they do have book offs in Japan.
My goal is to go to Akihabara because of Ami and Madarake.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was just like, I'm just gonna go everywhere. Then my wife's like, oh, we could go sightseeing and see like these temples and shrines, and I'm like, listen, I was like, that's cool and all, but like, I'm trying to go to the Kamen Rider Cafe.
Listen,
they got Lifestyles Gundam there. I got to go like try and see if they'll let me pilot a unicorn, Banshee Norn or something.
But seeing those giant Gundams in real life, dude. Yeah. It's the fact that a friend of mine told me that we might begin that around here. And a few people aren't happy about them. I'm like, listen. We listen. You Gundam fans need it over here. Even though I don't care for Gundam, I wouldn't be mind seeing a giant transformer.
I was gonna say, I was like, I mean, that's the next step. Honestly, they got to give us like an actual transformer. I would settle for a Megazord, like that could move.
I wouldn't mind seeing a giant anime robot.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind seeing an anime robot downtown, Little Tokyo, doing some random dance or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that should be fun, and it's good marketing.
Yeah.
Like, but no, I was just like, man, I definitely want to. Like, we've been talking about going to Japan, and I was like, yeah, this is.
Do you know how to use chopsticks? Because for me, I suck at using chopsticks.
Luckily, I learned early on as a kid because I'm not any Asian background, I think, but my parents were big into like sushi and Japanese food, so I learned at an early age.
I have Asian in me. I said on my podcast, I am a Malaysian guy myself.
Nice.
I suck using chopsticks, so I want to know if I can use a fork down there for all that. If I can, then yay. Then oh no,
I think like most people you're able to like ask and stuff like that. It's like being respectful about it, not being like, I can't use these, give me a fork. It's like you can't talk like that. I mean, I don't know. I guess if I'm combining words, I'm Native American, so I don't know like how that. I don't know. Like we just kill buffalo to eat it.
My goal is to try to mix my Japanese that I know a little bit, not much, with English, and I somewhat found a way, but at the same time, I'm going to use a translator to help me.
I've been using the translator app on my phone for some of the magazines because I get the magazine subscription every month for the TV, so I get those every month, and I've been using some of the app, but I'm also using Duolingo to learn how to like read all the different like hiragana, Forbes, and this and that.
I did use Duolingo 2 years ago. Then I got aggravated with using that app.
Yeah. And then if you stop, it's like, why aren't you doing your lessons? It's like, why
it's
are
annoying,
you? Yeah, it yells at you.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get like, because I was like, I want to at least have like the knowledge enough where if I could read one of these children's magazine for Toku, because I think people forget the demographic of this stuff is not 36, 37-year-old Mark. And I'm like, let me learn. If I could read a majority of the magazine, that's good. I might not be able to speak it well at all, but if I can read it, at least I can read signs and know where I'm going and what things are, so I'm not,
Hey man, I'm gonna say that you're talking to a guy that takes pictures with toys a lot.
It's true, but that is a good segue though, because I didn't even ask. So the photography, what got you into that?
I knew some guy was a question.
I know, it's like I told you that I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm like, well, we're 40 minutes into this, and I didn't even ask any freaking questions.
My family has a history of photography, my family has a history of photography. We can say from my mom's side.
Okay.
Uncles, my cousins, a few of my aunts, and I didn't know. I was always good at taking pictures. Whoa, no, like we're saying that, but not trying to brag, but I got into photography while I think like what 2020, 2019, 2018, and 2020. Yeah, 2018 I started taking pictures. Then around 2019, when the lightning collection happened, I started taking pictures of that. Then around 2020 I started taking pictures. Well, those past 3 years they were garbage. They were garbage pictures. But I was getting better.
I noticed a shift because like when I started seeing like the change of the videos when you were doing photography stuff, it was just like a white light, kind of like there's like a panel light, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, now there's like that hue color change in the background. I was like, oh, okay.
Around 2020 for my old toy reviews, I use like a background color and lamps that I don't have anymore.
Yeah.
And because around the time I was pretty cheap for it. I was pretty cheap. I needed the most cheap. I needed the most cheapest background I could ever use, and I got that. And
Yeah,
now I use like stream sets, whatever, and LED lights for that.
nice. Yeah, I
And
know.
then
I
my
saw
camera.
you.
Oh
You put me on to Extreme Sets, and I was like on their site looking. I was like, ooh. I was like, there's some good. I was like, man, I
I
can't be
do have
buying any right now.
I do have plans on buying a brand new one next year because the one I'm using now is almost destroyed. It's time for a new one.
Yeah. So when you do the photography, do you keep it set up at all times, or do you set it up every time when you go for photography?
It's still. I have not moved it though. It's still there. It's right next to my closet. I have not moved not one bit.
I wasn't sure because like my issue is I don't have space, so I couldn't leave it out because we have cats and just
I don't have a lot.
I've taken up a lot of space with all my
I
I
don't
don't want to say
have a
junk,
lot.
my stuff.
I don't have like a lot of space in my room. Sadly, I do want to get a bigger desk one day, so I'm gonna put it up there. But sadly, it's on my floor for now. So
Yeah, because I don't. Because I was like looking at it, I was like, oh, good to use that Extreme Sets. I was looking through the Extreme Sets, and I was like, oh man, they got some nice ones in here. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pull the trigger eventually and get one because like I I don't even want to get fully into figure photography. Like I don't want to like that's not an avenue where like I would be able to dedicate enough time to like hone in the skill of it. But it would be nice when I buy figures because I buy a lot of Sotos and I build them. It would be nice to at least like have a nice way to show them off that isn't like here they are just boring on my desk, you know, be like, oh, let's put them in a set, showcase them up. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be nice. Cause the way the Sotos are, they're pretty detailed with all the stickers.
the stickers are
And
trash. I can tell.
then one of the things was like I have so many because I'm almost at 170 Sotos built. I still have a backlog that I haven't put together yet. But then I was like, man, there's so many here. It's like I thought about from a standpoint of like instead of reviewing, you know, Kamen Rider shows and this that, doing like dramatic reenactments with as a recap for the show, which will lead me into some other videos of yours that I'm a fan of, the stop animation videos.
Oh, my old stop motion animations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, those bring back memories.
They were really entertaining. I don't know the specific one. I know there was one that I watched that I was cracking up that involved, I believe, Goku and possibly Batman.
Oh yeah, that video I made of Goku bugging Batman.
That's I still find that to be like one of, because I watch a good amount of stop animation stuff because something about stop animation really like intrigues me from a craft standpoint, and that is still one of the funniest videos on your channel. I'll rewatch it because it's entertaining.
I got the stop motion around like I think 2015. Yeah, well I think 2017. 2017 I think it was. When at school I was watching a YouTuber in class. It was it was like somewhat of like it was like someone of what they call it school again? We could chill in that one classroom and not do nothing.
Kind of like a study hall type
Yeah,
thing,
study hall.
or a
It's
free.
study hall.
Everyone calls it's like either study hall or like free period, and some call it like past class.
I forgot what it was, but yeah, it was somewhat of a study hall. And I watched YouTube. I'm like, okay, this guy's good. So at the end of my Instagram, I showed him some of my work, and he gave me a few improvement, and a few improvement helped me though. And then around like freaking junior year of high school, I got it better. Around that time, I made a lot of new friends in the stop motion community, which
Nice.
which I'm still friends with. Which I'm still friends with. Well, I can't talk. Blah! Which I'm friends with to this very day. Some
Nice.
some not so. Some not so. Some not so. Because well, friendship just don't go.
Yeah, it happens, especially in the high school time frame and online and stuff. Like,
I got in my I got in like better stop motion around 2018 with my with my senior year of high school. And around that time, I was doing pretty good music video. Around like 2017, I came back from a trip. I think it was, yeah, I came back from a trip. I think 2017, 2018, I went to California, and I said to myself, okay, you know, for my stop motion series, I need to do something. Cause like, if you're not see, I do have a movie on my YouTube channel called Drive with Defenders, and I said, okay, you know, I do have plans of buying Vegito, and I thought to buy the Dragstar one until I went to Anime Jungle, and I found out,
I love Anime
hey,
Jungle.
that's the SA figure 2018 SDCC Vegito. I can use him, and I bought him. I bought the DBS trunks in the same range of Goku, and I used Vegito for my video, and I got a lot of positive feedback from the video. A lot of people say, "Hey, dude, I saw your stop motion. That's pretty cool." I'm like, "Oh wow, really? Dang! Oh wow, that's a pretty cool."
It's funny because like even figure photography is obviously at its peak popularity right now. You go on Instagram, but like for some odd reason, stop animation still is very niche audience. Like I always assumed it was gonna like blow up and more people would be doing it, especially if you already had the figures, you're already doing photography. It's like I'm surprised not a lot of people like do stop animation as much anymore, especially with Toku stuff. Like it's a way to get around those copyright strikes and claims.
If you want to see my Toku stop motion, I do have a Comrade Bill stop motion that I was supposed to do like a part 2 of, but I never got around to that. I just stopped doing animation. And I have like a stop motion series called Power Rangers Legends and Morphic Grid that I've been working on since 2020. And yeah. And yeah. So those videos were pretty good though.
They were. I actually enjoy stop. Like I didn't like every once in a while I forget. Like I was like, oh, stop animation. I was like, man, I don't see a lot of that. Then every once in a while, like I'll see like a new Broku cast episode come out. Then I don't like clicking on the thing. I always click on people's channels and go to the videos for some reason in case I want to watch something else on their channel. I can just hit back. And then I was like, I could forgetting about the stop animation stuff. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna check those out some more because I assume that's a really long process to do stop animation compared to figure photography itself.
It took me like a day for animation, 1 whole day or 2 whole days or 1 whole day. It for my Goku Vegeta versus Jiren remaster came out in 2020 around March. It took me like what? Like 5 days. 2 days for film, 3 days for edit, then premiere it, and yeah.
And I assume doing the voiceovers for it and everything else also. That's gonna be a process.
My voices, at the time I want to do the voices myself. Instead like getting some voice actor from the community. I did get some people to help out, which I'm grateful for. But
yeah,
by the time I want to do it myself.
Yeah, I get that because then it's just like show your range, show your ability, and like it's almost like a demo reel for yourself as well.
If you want to see my voice acting, my season 3 of Dragon Ball Defender with peak for my voice acting because oh god, looking back at it, my it's cringe to hear my voice doing like oh god, why is Lord Zed trying to do a hurrah for this? It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but god,
it's so good at the same time.
It was 2018 before Brokusatsu. It was 2018 Aaron when he did that. Just oh boy.
You're like, that was a different person.
Yeah, it was.
I rebranded since then. It's Brokusatsu now. Like that's what I told her. Like I rebranded in like 2018, and I was like, listen,
myself like 4 times.
Oh, I have 2. I mean, I was like, I've been with this brand for like 5 years now.
And I'm like, listen, I rebranded my Instagram account and my YouTube account so many times.
I told her, I was like, this is the new iteration, the new OS update. The other ones don't count anymore. Like, we don't talk about Ion Vein, which is or Redeemer when I was like a competitive gamer. I was like, I don't talk about those eras. those are done. Like, please don't bring those up. Like I was,
Before my name was called Brokusatsu, around 2020 when I got camera. Around like work, I can say I was minding my business until I got like a weird message from some moron saying, hey, why are you posting Kamen Rider and not like Dragon Ball Z song? Like, it's my account. I can post whatever I want, and he's been not even knowing about it, and I just freaking block him. Then I make a statement saying, guys, this is my account. I can post what I want on it, and then I know where I talk. Then I know where a friend of mine DM me saying, "Asime, who are you? Who are you? And what do you brand want to be?" And I said, I am a Kamen Rider. And he said exactly. I was like, at that, I decided to name myself Brokusatsu. And yeah.
I actually have a video I'm still editing, going over all that, because like I tell everyone I accidentally became a Toku tuber, like by mistake.
I
Like,
don't know how I became one, by the way. I asked people on Twitter.
that's what inspired that video, just like your tier list stuff. Like I was like,
I'm not a Toku tuber. I'm just
yeah,
I talk about
I was like, I talk about horror movies and comic books, and my podcast. I don't even talk about Toku stuff in my podcast. Rarely, I do now when it comes to merch and stuff. And like I talk about anime, and it's like, but I do one video a week talking about Kamen Rider, and that makes me a Toku tuber.
I remember Hercules made a tweet asking me about Toku tuber, and I said that I'm not a Toku tuber. I'm just some guy talking about Toy Tokusatsu, and he said still. Yeah. I said, damn.
Yeah. I was like, I saw that because I was like, man, I was like, and I did a whole video about it, but like, it was less of like me going against being a Toku tuber, but more or less being like, well, I'm not going to rebrand myself. I already did that. And my name is Mark, but Brokusatsu's already taken.
He's one of my big influence for being Brokusatsu. But I will say this. The guy did ghosted me on Twitter one time last month. I want to be part of a history of Build video because I love Build.
I want to be a part of the revised history of Blade. That needs to happen.
I got ghosted sadly by him. So yeah, I'm not relevant enough for him. So whatever.
Yeah. I've tweeted with him as that he seemed like he put so much work in those history of videos, and I was like, that's why like anytime I was like, I'm just as bad with social media, ghosting people. So it's like, I mean, I at least will be like, hey, I'm busy, but like I see it as like he kind of set the ideals of like what I'm not going to do on YouTube because I don't have the talent or the effort or the time to put in that level of work. I'm going to do quick videos. I was like, I can't, like I tried doing a scripted video once and I can't do like fully scripted over splash. I can't do that. That's not, so anyone who have that level of focus, more power to them. Because I can't, and I always give him credit, like the effort he puts into those, and I was like, yeah, but I wouldn't be able to contribute to Build because I mean I like Build, but you know, it's better than Gaim.
It's my favorite season though, so I will be a little biased.
Yeah, but, it's definitely my top 10. But like, yeah, so like I was just like, man, I'm not rebranding because like I'm not heavily focused on Toku content. So I was doing this whole video with, like you said, coming up with like what your brand and actually talking about it. I was like, yeah, so if you really want to be a Toku tuber, before you start doing Toku stuff, you better come up with like a brand and a name. Because apparently
I want a friend of mine telling me that I'm in his top 5 favorite YouTuber with like Lightning Fake PR, Long's Toys, MNPR Toys, The Amazing. I'm like, wait, what? Why am I up there? I'm not.
Your toy videos are good. I'm not even saying that because you're a guest on here. Your toy videos are good. You've convinced me to spend money, so your video did its purpose.
I don't even see at times people see me as the photographer. At times people see me at the same level as like photographers, like a The Amazing or just Onyx or Metallics. Shout out to all those guys. I'm like, yeah, no, don't put me on the same level with those guys. They're good. They're nice people. They really are. They're nice people to talk to. Well, 2003, but still, two, 2003, but still, they're really nice people to talk to and have fun with and chat with. It takes picture, but at the same time, I don't see myself. I don't see myself at the same level as them.
Well, don't forget, you're always going to be like your toughest critic. Like even though it was negative, people used to, when I was doing my reactions and like some of my other more outlandish videos, people were like comparing me like Pronghorn Heroes and Hockley's, but they were trying to be negative about it. And I'm like, I know you're trying to be negative about it, thinking I'm copying other people, but I still take it as a compliment that I'm even in the same conversation. So I was like, thank you. Like, cool. Like, so, but it's like at the same time, like I'll watch my videos or stuff I do, and I'm like, oh, it's trash. Like my thumbnails finally after 2 years are. I saw your thumbnail. That's why I'm bringing that up.
Which thumbnail was it?
It was a burrito, something about a burrito. No, I'm just kidding. The new one for episode 16. I saw that, and I saw the tweet with all Sace and Nox and like Runaway Tokusatsu, which great podcast. Go check it out. I'm a big fan of that. It's really good.
Fun guys. Check out my guest episode, Kyle. It was pretty spicy, I can say. but yeah, I was that thumbnail was just random. Yeah. I was like, you know what? I had a burrito for dinner from Chipotle, and I was watching Geki Ranger all last week. And I'm still am, by the way. I'm gonna finish it this week, and I was like, you know what? Also, the Owl House just came off for season 3. Bam, thumbnail, talk about random stuff, and yeah.
That's all you gotta really do. Like that's what I tend to do with most of my. I used to do like a structure, this, that, like, nah, I'm just gonna talk, like, and it got more popular that way than my structured podcast style. That's like when I have guests on, like sometimes like, okay, do you have like a Google Doc with a breakdown? I'm like, what do you talk about? Like, I was like, I got a few bullet points. I was like, you like Toku, you do figure photography. Although, the one thing I definitely want to talk about before we wind down the podcast, because there's so many brands of toys. We have Bandai with SH Figure Arts. We have Hasbro. We have Mattel.
I'm trying to get Hasbro's attention, sadly, but
yeah. And then we have McFarlane Toys. And we had a Twitter conversation where you said you're not really a big fan, but we didn't really, dive into it too much in the Twitter.
I have my reason, and
yes,
I'll talk about it right here. So,
because I'm curious, because I actually like the McFarlane toy lines. Like, I have all the My Hero ones, like the larger size articulate ones.
I know. I have like friends that like. I have like friends that like that toy line. That's fair. They can like it. A YouTuber I watch. His name's Spider Criminal. He made an in-depth video talking about why McFarlane figure aren't that good, and everything he said is valid, and I agree with him. This one part video that I didn't like. It's the interview he had with Charlemagne, and what Todd said on that interview was suspicious and dumb. And basically, if you buy a female figure or something, you're like a serial killer. It was like, dude, why you say that? Why you say that?
Yeah, that's
just why you say that. And also at the same time, that apparently Todd want to do NFTs. I'm like, no, Todd don't.
Yeah, that's
Todd don't do NFTs. Yeah, at the same time, the same guy was trashing Japan because he'll trashing Japanese collector for having like what, one shelf, but for not to spend. I'm like, dude, why would Japan buy your crappy figures?
Yeah, I will say, like, I like some of the McFarlane toy stuff, but like, you're really gonna like,
dude, don't compare.
You can't go against Bandai in Japan, and like,
don't compare your figures to like
Band Presto, Figment, Good Smile Company, like.
Don't compare yourself to them, because like Mayfex made better DC figures than yours, Todd.
Yeah,
they have articulation. That comes from me, cause I have the Mayfex Batman, the new adventure Batman, the Black Hush Cape Batman, and the Blue Cape Batman. Those are my only Mayfex figures I have on free. I have in my collection.
The only McFarlane non-My Hero line stuff, because it's easy to have good, like, quality, like, accuracy, like, anime figures, but, like, from a, yeah, non-import, though. So for McFarlane, I got obviously the Batman the 30th anniversary like big set, which I am gonna open at some point and do an unboxing for. I just don't have a spot to put it still because it's big.
I want to say that I think that release is pretty lazy because just the same figure, like nothing new about it.
Yeah.
Besides
the display stand is why I want it. That's
Yeah.
it. Like I wouldn't have got because other than that, I've got the gold label power suit Lex Luthor because I'm a big Lex Luthor fan. Then I got
it though, so
that's why I got I like Lex Luthor. I like Lex Luthor more than Superman. As a villain, I like him. And then
I was never a Superman fan as a kid. I was more of a Batman fan.
I was a Batman fan too. I just something about Lex Luthor has always been like a cool, like he's basically a more cynical like Norman Osborn in my opinion. So that's why I like Lex Luthor. And
why I like Batman more is that people crap on Batman while they're in high school. I told them this, and someone else said as well. Batman proved many times in movies and comic books around that time that you don't need superpower to be a good superhero. Marvel does this as well with Hawkeye and Black Widow. Captain America kind of get past, but at the same time, he got the super soldier serum inside of him.
Yeah, so it's like an asterisk next to his name.
Yeah.
But no, it's like Batman for me. Like Batman, like when he was getting crapped on the most is also when Wolverine was getting crapped on the most because he's like everywhere, oversaturation. So I get the complaints of too much, but like Superman, I was just like, his comic books never were really engaging to me. So I never was a fan, but like something about Lex Luthor always drew me in. So I got that.
I will say this. I do respect Superman. I do respect Clark. I guarantee him and Cap would be in the same room, talk about true justice and all that. And I'm like, oh, I can see that for those two. I can see that. I can totally see that for those two. A good old fashioned handshake for both.
Yeah, definitely not a fist fight because Cap would get wrecked. I don't care what anyone says. Like there are people who literally said Captain America and like Superman would be a good fight. I'm like, no, not at all.
The same people that argue about Goku and Superman because,
yeah. No, I'm not even going to touch on that because like I hate that conversation has been going on since I was a kid. Since I was a kid,
that conversation has been happening since junior year of high school for me.
Yeah.
Me and my friend got in a dumb debate.
And I was like,
we made I remember I told him one time that NNZ Goku from NNZ can somewhat defeat Superman. I said somewhat, and he took that out of context. So I said every version of Goku. I said no, dude. NNZ, like Saiyan Saga, Tribute Saga, Z Goku, not Super. And he didn't.
No, I don't. I just don't even. I will never do the whole comic book versus anime comparison for characters ever because I've seen how slippery of a slope that is because everyone has their opinion, even if it's like right or wrong.
I give my opinion I think a 2 months ago. I give my opinion on why Superman. I give my opinion how Superman isn't that all that powerful of a comic book character. And a few of my friends were butthurt about that, and were mad that I said that. I'm like, you guys, really? It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary for you guys to do this. It's unnecessary. Unnecessary for y'all just to reply to DM me about this. Like,
people don't realize either. Superman was nerfed in the comics after Rebirth, anyways. Like DC admitted they lowered his power to make him more relatable. It's like.
I don't know why Superman fans that hate Goku try to say that Superman is all powerful being. Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not. He's not. If Batman could get his butt whooped just like every Justice League member, Superman could get butt whooped. Right? Oh yeah. Like for real.
I'm an Aquaman fan, so I know what it's like to get. I hate the fact that I love Aquaman because
the same man that got destroyed many times in media by Darkseid, Black Adam, freaking who else? Doomsday, Lex Luthor, Batman himself,
Aquaman wrecked. Aquaman wrecked in my favorite thing in New 52s. There was like a whole leadership of the Justice League between Batman and Aquaman, and then Orn and everyone else were starting to like Atlantis was going to start attacking. I always forget the name of the city, whatever city freaking Flash is from, and then next thing you know, like Aquaman's like, I'll listen to this app, but they were like stepping over the line, so he like bodied Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman in a cave. And I'm just like in the my favorite cover ever because he's dragging them all out of the cave. So he's got Batman and Superman by their like capes, and this just dragging them out. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, and that was like my one justification. I was like, Aquaman just wrecked them. I was like, finally, decades of me getting crapped on for being an Aquaman fan was just justified in one thing. And Jim Lee was the artist for it, so it looked amazing. And I was like,
Dude,
all right.
I like Jim Lee's work.
So good.
I read all Hush on YouTube. Good stuff. I know it's overhyped and overrated. I get that. But at the same time,
Hush is one of my favorites.
What I love about the Mayfix figure is that they capture the comic book artist stuff, and I love that.
Yeah, McFarlane really does it. Tying it back to McFarlane, because I saw the McFarlane Hush 2-pack they did.
I did not like that.
I did not. Like I said, I've only bought a few. Like the Batman the Animated Series one, I'm a huge fan, so I have to pick that up. And it's hard to mess up Batman the Animated Series, even though they did, because I just saw the New York Comic Con announcements and those.
I have the Mayfix the Batman the New Adventure figure, and that's one of my favorite figures from last year. And that figure capture Alan Burnett and Paul Dini's style, how they want.
Yeah, I see the figure. It looks so good. Like as
it stands,
like because
it posed weird, but at the same time, I like it though.
Another two really good figures that I got, and the only time I'll say McFarlane did really good is I have the King Shazam one from like the death metal line, which I'm a huge Shazam fan also. So like that one looked good, and I only got it because I think I love Damian Wayne, and even though I don't
not like Damian.
Oh, I love Damian. He's hilarious.
My favorite Robin besides Dick Grayson is probably Tim, because
everyone loves Tim Drake.
Dude, I'm sorry. I know. People love Jason Todd. People love Dick Grayson, but Tim for me. Tim always been.
Yeah, Tim's good. I just like.
I love his.
David's attitude so much.
I love his new Red Robin suit. You kind of say that it's the suit that he wore when he was kidnapped.
Yeah.
In the INC comics, I love that new. I love his INC suit. I love it. The green, the black and red. It brings back the Boy Wonder vibe from Dick Grayson.
Yeah, because they don't really. When they moved over to more yellow than green. I was kind of like, I like green, so I was like, I kind of. But no, it's definitely a good suit.
Also, I do know he wore that suit while he was in the Titans as well, which is somewhat I think paying a little bit of homage to Dick Grayson's time.
Right.
So yeah, I love it.
It's a good suit. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I was just like, because, accuracy of toys, and I know you don't, you like, comic book stuff, but at the same time, it's like, I noticed, I was like, that's why I was shocked. No McFarlane toys in the collection.
I can't keep up with comics because like, they're way too many stuff. Same for manga and anime. But at the same time, I do watch like comic story that give me like, he does give me like a lot of info about comic that's going on. Okay, pretty cool. I did rewatch like a couple of times his whole DC Metal video. Shoot, the whole Bazaar. I did not read this yet. I did not read this.
I have that, and I haven't read it either.
But the DC Metal line, in my opinion, is probably the most overrated of comic book line because it's just fan service in general.
Oh, it is. That's like I said, the only one I have from that is King Shazam, just because I liked his one. He got one costume only.
Evil version of Batman that is she became a Green Lantern, a speedster, Amazon kind of say that was in love with Diana, a female version of Bruce that became queen of evil dead queen of Atlantis. An evil version of Bruce that became a Joker, and one became Doomsday. Oh boy!
Yeah, there's a lot
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
oh yeah.
I have friends that are like, it's the best series I ever read, and I'm like, it's your opinion. I was like, I have that, but I'm like, I haven't read it.
I think my favorite one out of them. I think my favorite one from the backstory for those evil Batman is the Blackest Night one because oh boy,
The Blackest Night was so good. Like
dude,
that's
dude
and
dude that storyline for DC Metal for was just oh boy.
yeah, like there's some good stuff. Like, but like you said, the toy line. Like because recently we saw more of the Black Adam toys from McFarlane pop up, and I'm like,
So
but
I've
then
heard some good stuff about it, but at the same time, I kind of see
yeah,
Todd stuff as doo doo. So
yeah. No, when they did. The only ones I say looked really good was when they did the three Jokers releases. Those looked really good. I did enjoy
I want them to pick those up. Although
because
I do have the Batgirl because well,
yeah,
I need a Batgirl Nightwing for my Mayfix Batman.
yeah, and it does. So it does look really good quality, like for that. But it's like there's no consistency. Like the My Hero ones, they're all really good. They're all really consistent. But
Those faces look so creepy though.
I know they do. They really do.
I
They
have
really do.
I have sadly the Ochako Todoroki
I
because
have.
I got those like 2 years ago for for my birthday. I was like, oh, random birthday haul around like Walmart, Target, and GameStop. I was like, okay, no, let me go buy this stuff.
I have the whole My Hero line. Even like the alternate ones, like the All Might with all red with the yellow circle. I have the uh All for One with he's just in the suit, no mutated arm for like black label or gold platinum
I'll,
label one.
I'll just buy the Figma or the Yamaguchi version of Ochako and Todoroki. Todoroki is my favorite My Hero Academia character. I love Shuto. Second point Bakugo. I used to
I
hate
love that.
Bakugo, but now I don't. I like the guy. Yeah, but Todoroki.
I have like I have the big like 18-inch Bakugo statue on top of my bookshelf up there.
Yeah, Todoroki. Todoroki's my favorite My Hero Academia character. Oh, fun fact, by the way. His character voiced Garon. His character voiced Garon from Zenkaiger.
Oh,
And
I don't know.
Shoto's dad Endeavor. His voice actor voiced Doggy Kruger, aka Decker Master from Decker Ranger.
I'm so bad with voice actor names. Like outside of like directors and writers for like Toku shows, like when it comes to voice actors,
Not that hard for me to translate in while I'm saying in Japanese. Some are, some other not so much.
Well, I'm from like a memory standpoint, remembering other stuff they worked on.
Voice actors' names and what Toku, because like for peak's sake. Every time I like Sentai show, I'm like, wait a minute. Oh hey look, it's Vegeta. It's Broly's voice actor. It's Frieza's voice actor. It's Piccolo's voice actor. Like, oh yeah, I hear a lot of Dragon Ball Z voice actors in these roles playing random monsters of the week. Because, because like I hear that so many times. It's not really a joke.
So one thing I want, because you brought it up, you brought up Figma, and this is a question I want to ask you because I obviously like my Bandai and like Good Smile Company, this and that. I do import a lot of figures and this and that. What do you think about the whole Figma thing? Because a lot of people, and I agree with the opinion that the price increase and then the no evolution in quality of it is kind of like because Figma's got expensive, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like they jumped up in price, and I was like, they used to be the affordable but detailed figures. Now it's like,
all right. So I don't buy Figma. I'm still trying to get my hands on a few Figma Comrade Dragon Knight figures because I don't want to pay big prices for the SHF version. So,
yeah. Oh, they're so expensive for freaking Dragon. Ryuki SH figures are so expensive. I don't know why. Like they're. I enjoyed it, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not like top 10 or anything. It's mid. Yeah, because I have. Well, I don't. I have one of the Figma ones. But then I saw like at a local shop they had Kamen Rider Night with the Darkwing, like the 2-pack set, and they wanted like $350 for it. But it wasn't even like new. It was like used. It's been opened, and I'm like, bro, $350. I was like, that's. But then I looked up online, and people are still selling it for like close to that, over $250 to $300. I'm like, I was like, these aren't even that good. Like, I got the little figurized standard model kit I built. I'll rather just keep that than drop $300 on a S8 figure art.
I said this to a friend. I'll say this here. It's for being an import collector, it's a blessing and a curse. Because it's a blessing because, oh, cool, new figure. You can take pictures, do whatever you want with it. Nothing inappropriate with it. No inappropriate stuff with the figure. So,
yeah.
And it's a curse because, like, dude, my wallet's burning. I'm trying to save up, and I really want this.
At least with the currency exchange right now, we're saving a little bit. Like, I feel bad for how bad that like, I have a guy that gets me all my Sotos, and I buy directly from him. And like
the yen
with
shipping
shipping
in Japan is down. Yeah, I do recommend.
Yeah, and I told him like I feel bad because he's still selling them at these prices, and I'm like, man, I was like, I feel like I'm like stealing these from you because he also.
I check by at times because I have like the Japanese stuff of Power Rangers SPD in my cart for DVD 1 and 2 for the whole show, and I have a lot of coupons saved up. And yet the yen price for it is pretty cheap though. So I'm planning to do on my birthday. To buy that because I love Deca Ranger and I want to hit the Deca Ranger cast speak the American counterparts in the
yeah. Oh, so it's the American version dubbed in Japanese.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know they've done that. They've done that a few times. They haven't done it a lot. That's. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I feel like that'd be enjoyable.
Dragon Knight, and I watched the Japanese Dragon Knight. I was like, okay, you know what? Watch this show. It's still feel like watching a live action battle royale anime. Yeah. And I'm gonna say that it's bizarre for the voice cast that they got. Pretty cool.
And Dragon Knight's better than Ryuki, by the way. If anyone's wondering, my opinion.
Fact though, I will say this. Pretty cool that they got a nice actor from Ryuki to voice his American counterpart. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. They also got a Mai's actress, Yua Haiga, who played Mai from Fives and who played the Vanguard Queen from Kiba. If anyone want to know, she played Maya on the show, and I was like, dang, she voiced this really well. And then we got DL voice actor who plays Strike. I'm like, okay, you know what? I love it. It's bizarre. I love it.
That's actually. I actually might have to check that out because that's actually sounds really cool.
I'll send you a link to it. It's on YouTube though. And,
I'll just find it on YouTube. Because I think you tweeted about it once.
Yeah. No subtitles. Watch it all subtitles. But it's so good.
No, because I was just like, man, that's there's the Figma prices, and then like the Ryuki price for SH Figure Arts. That's one of the things that's really turning me off to SH Figure Arts is like the seasons I like. All their stuff is expensive.
I do recommend if you want to find like somewhat decent price. Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon, Mandarake, Hobby Denki, Hobby Link Japan.
I use Hobby Link, Ami, Bai, Madaraki. I use all those. It's just still from the standpoint of like I still don't want to spend that much. Like the Blade ones I got lucky. I got some good deals on the Blade ones. Like
some of them are pretty cheap, some not so much. I think I found for Ryuki one time. I think they found $100, and that was a decent price. I'm like, okay, $100, I can do that.
It also to help like more stuff is going premium Bandai. Like from Sotos, we have all the freaking Advent creatures or whatever they're called were all premium Bandai. So now to get one creature with the armor, it's like $150.
You're talking to a guy that have a figure collection for Dragon Ball and for like
that's right.
premium Bandai.
So you already know. Yeah, you already know. You've been hurting with premium Bandai for a while. Whereas Candy Toys just started. They have Ultimate
premium Bandai America website come out. That website is trash. I just import my stuff though.
Yeah, that's what I do. I don't like so now that the Candy Toys like the Converge Motion Ultraman are now going to like Premium Bandai for like 3 figures. I'm like, how are you gonna put? Like, I was like, no, this is like horrible. I don't want to have to like do Premium Bandai for
I'm
like a
mad that
2.5 inch figure.
I'm mad that I can't get the San Diego Comic Con or the New York Comic Con 2020 figure essay figure Super Saiyan Broly. I'm mad. I want that because it comes with new faces, new effects. It looks so good. I'm
The
mad
new one
that
that they just showed
I couldn't get
this
that.
year's.
Yeah, this year New York Comic Music, New York, New York.
Isn't on Band? I thought Bandai put it on the regular website. They were
It's
allowing
on
people
Premiere
to.
and it sold out apparently.
Uh,
I'm mad about that. And they did the
uh,
exact same thing this year to Super Saiyan 2 San Diego Comic Con Goku. I want that. I'm mad
just
I couldn't get that.
what you do is just give it until like after the holiday season because everyone's going to try and resell it for extra, and then the buyer's remorse is going to kick in when they couldn't
Dude,
resell it, and then you probably get it for cost.
dude,
That's how I get
dude,
stuff.
I paid like $100 last year for the Gaku on eBay. And I can say that Dragon Ball figure on American Premiere Bandai, especially the event exclusive ones, are not the best for that because it's a curse. It's a curse. Dude, that website crashed so many times for people finding good stuff on there. I'm like, yeah, this isn't good though. I'm just
No.
going to wing it and see if I can find out BBTS or whatever.
Yeah, I don't really shop at a big bad toy store. I have my own. I'm not really. I have my issues, so I I keep that to myself. But like, if more people have positive experience with that shop, more power to them. I don't buy anything from them. I won't.
And also, I want to say that I wasn't the biggest fan. We want to yeah, this year was we wasn't the biggest fan when Team Conroy put the hype beast figure art on their America Premium Bandai because oh my god, that thing caused so much controversy.
I know. I will say Team Comrade is doing a really good job.
Yeah,
Like I know they don't make the decisions. They're just like
yeah.
basically they're the ones who get all the flack, even though they're not making decisions. And they've been doing a good job getting
At
and
times,
campaigning for more stuff.
I don't agree with them with the way how you have to do stuff because like at times I think the way how they did market stuff is just stupid. But that's just my opinion. And
But
I
to say,
will,
as I've dabbled in that side of things before and like PR and stuff, so like I
yeah,
understand that like they still have to answer to someone above them, which is Hasbro and Bandai and stuff like that. So
they
it's like
they are
they
working
get
for
all
Bandai
they get all
though, so there's also that.
they're the shield
Yeah,
and they just take all the flack.
not we can't I can't fully criticize them. Not fully their fault. They are working for Bandai Japan and Bandai America for this stuff.
The only flack I give them is they aren't pushing hard enough for more Blade stuff. Like we can't promote all, like for Blade all by ourselves. We need them to officially be like, listen, we acknowledge Blade as the best. We're
Shout
gonna
out
give you
to
more Blade merch.
Kaiju. Shout out to Carl because
Oh yeah,
Carl
Carl,
just
Carl, who's been a guest on the show.
yeah.
We are carrying the. We are just fighting for Blade so much.
Yeah, I will say this that when was this? I think it was this year, last year. But my main reason why I don't like God, and okay, let's talk about it. I said it to a friend of mine, but Team Kamen Rider was I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying this. They were overhyping Guy. I won't
Yep.
say who on the team was, but they were overhyping Guy, and because of that, it just lost. Because of that, Guy just lost my interest.
Yeah, it kind of took you out of it. Yeah, they definitely hyped Gaim up way too much. But I get it. Everyone's like that with their favorite
Yeah,
season. I have
yeah.
I have a Blade a lot,
Yeah.
and then I'll hype up Kiva and Ghost, And so like when I enjoy a show, like I'll hype it up.
I understand that. I understand that. I did
Like a lot of people like Decade, and I don't like Decade, and I don't think it was overhyped. I just don't enjoy it. Same with like Zeo and a few other like.
Decade is one of my favorite for a personal reason, but it's in my top 5. Yeah.
And it's like, but it's a good. I just didn't like. I don't like anniversary season so much. I don't know why. It can't like Commoner doesn't. I don't know. A lot of the anniversary seasons just don't click with me. So
I want to say this. So what Conroy asked me a question about about my experience with how my figure art in photography. I'm down to answer.
Yeah. So you, I want to like talk more trash about those the Saber SH figure arts because like.
Oh, I'm down to talk about them. I'm down to talk
Now,
about them. I'm down to talk
so
about them.
like, well, the main thing I noticed, so you have a lot more SH figure arts than me. I have a lot of the older ones from like, you know, Wizard, Blade, this and that. Does it bother you the inconsistency with the heights, like the size of the figures? Because those Saber figures are so fucking tall.
Well, I started collecting Comrade figure 2020.
Yeah,
I've been collecting Dragon Ball figure since like 2017. Well, yeah, since about I don't know, since 2016. So it's not that it was like not that big. It was like that not that it's not that big news for me for Dragon Ball. Comrade, it was.
Yeah.
At the same time, yeah, it was. It was a little bit. I was like, wait a minute, why is this smaller? What the heck?
Yeah. There's some weird inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Because my Wizard SH figure arts, except for Beast, Commander Beast, are taller than my Ghost one, and then they're the same size as some of my Dopont ones I have, like Damascus and stuff like that. And then my my Blade ones are slightly around the same size as the Wizards one, but then I have Saber, Blades, and Espada, and they're like they're like tall. They're like an inch taller.
The Saber figures are bigger than my SA figure Senkoku Seiho Shadow Moon figure. By the way, I know you have that figure in the background though. So.
Which figure?
The Shadow Moon figure. I saw one of your videos.
Oh, the big RHA one, the big box one. Yeah, that's still factory sealed. I don't know if I want to open that.
I have the SA figure renewal version in my collection.
I'm a huge Shadow Moon fan.
I don't like Comrade Black. I like RX more, but Shadow Moon was better.
Yeah, from a consistent story standpoint, RX was definitely better.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, then again, I have like a shrine slowly for birth, so I can't really talk about like my taste in secondary characters.
But any question, the same figures are tall. They are
so
I
don't have the Revice ones. Are the Revice ones the same size as the Saber ones, or do they go back to the old school, like slightly smaller size?
They're not the same size. They are the Saber figures are a little bit taller due to the actors being due to the cast being a little bit more tall in height.
Yeah.
And I see that Tamashii captured that, and I like that. The Raven figures aren't that. The Raven figures aren't that. They're somewhat the same size as 01 figure art.
Okay. Because I wasn't sure, because like it was bothering me displaying them all on the same shelf, and I'm like, why are these three so freaking tall? Like, I hate it.
And to be honest with you, ever since I bought those two figures, the Raven Vice figure, I'm not touching because I'm not care for Raven Vice.
I liked a lot of the suit designs. I liked more of the secondary characters than the actual main characters.
Oh yeah, same here. I didn't care for Sokka. We already know this about me.
No, I didn't care. I didn't care about her for either.
I like Hana more, and I'm tempted to go pre-order her figure. Same for Daiji's, but same time I'm thinking about waiting. But
yeah, I really liked, you know, the secondaries a lot more, and I like especially the Revice Legacies Veil freaking side 5-eps. I was like, man, that was quality, like Kamen Rider storytelling. I was like, man, I would like for that.
By the GOAT, Koichi Sakamoto, the man that worked on Ultraman, Sentai, Kamen Rider, and Power Rangers. So yeah.
And I think we had a tweet conversation about like our favorite writers and Toku, and I'm like, yeah. No,
shout out to my boy Akawa.
The quality is there. Yeah. But no, it's because I noticed, you know, the SH figure arts and the video reviews. Obviously, I've brought up the Kyuga one a lot.
And my light, any of my lighting collection figure haven't touched your wallet yet.
No, because they're not good. Like, I'm not like I mean, I might dabble in the Cobra Kai ones because me and my wife really like Cobra Kai as a show and this that. I gotta see. We gotta see what they look like. I don't think we have anything really to show. I don't think they're going to show anything probably until like early next year.
I don't care for Cobra Kai. Just like I don't care for the Ken and
Oh, I don't. Not at all. Those look.
Cammy, yeah, Cammy. Ranger Fate. Those are god awful.
Those 100% confirmed like my reason not to get Lightning Collection anymore.
They look like Kit Bash. They
They
look
look
like Kit Bash.
they look
Lee
unfinished.
and Ryu makes sense. I want those two. Oh well. I had chosen that pre-order. Ryu I'll get eventually. Those two make sense.
No.
Those two make
Cammy
sense.
can the armor on it looks like it was just 3D printed as a solid color and not finished.
They look like crappy Kit Bash though.
Yeah. And I'm like, nope.
That just ain't it.
Are you going to dabble in the selfie series from Hasbro?
No.
I've seen some of the people who started getting theirs in, and I was like,
some look decent, but yeah, other time, it looks $80 unnecessary.
Yeah.
I think it should be like 20 or
30,
20 or 30.
30 at the most.
That $80 unnecessary, Hasbro. Stop.
There was
greedy.
Where was it? I think it was 2013, maybe 2014 at Rhode Island Comic-Con. There was a company there that would do a 3D print of you and make like a little like this a little bit smaller than this size figure for you. Yes, it's birth. I have all my birth stuff right here because I was working on a birth video, and they would send it to you. And one of my friends got it done, and it was like at the time like $70, but that's because the technology was new. But it came out really good, like the Mattel or Hasbro Elites for like WWE figures, where they have the good quality facial scans, and that's how it would come back to you. Yes, he was there in person; they used the machine, but even they said, yeah, no, if technology gets there with your phone, you should be able to do a good scan of yourself, and then we'll be able to really mold it. Because like some of the scans that show up aren't matching what's getting printed and sent to people, and for that price, I'm like, that's not. But I like the idea of putting my head on like other figures. So that's why I would get one.
I will say this: the coolest thing for me for having like a face that looks just like me, I'll just use TJ's head from In Space and put it in a random figure. I was like, okay, you know what? This head's basically mine. This head's basically Broku's head.
Honestly, it probably would still look better than whatever they said to you from the Fantics. Yeah. I'm sorry, I've seen some that look good, but then I've seen other ones where I'm just like, what? Yeah, no. It looks like that movie, like Toy Soldiers, when they were melting some of the Gargonites. I'm like, dude, this does not even look good right now. I
remember that movie as a kid. Oh my goodness, I remember that movie as a kid though.
It wouldn't be a podcast episode if I didn't make one random 90s movie reference, because I make so many, and everyone's kind of like, you make so many movie references. Like,
yeah, I'll say this. I remember when I was a kid. I remember I had like a Kindle in the old house, and I used to download on the YouTube app a lot of old school Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toy commercials, and those things were those commercials bring back memories.
I just watched on Netflix because I forgot they had that show. Kitten. She's going underneath the stove. Like we have like a little kitten, and she's like going like all over the place. No, so I was on Netflix and I was watching that, like the Toys That Made Us, and they had a Power Ranger episode going over like the OG like Bandai America, like how they came up with a toy line for Power Rangers and basically like change it from the Bandai Japans and stuff. And they were showing the commercials and like all the news reports and like people were freaking out grabbing the toys, and it was all adults. And then like it like jarred a memory of mine, because like I remember when I was like 7 trying to get those toys, but then I forgot how bad those commercials were, because those commercials were horrible. Early 90s Power Ranger commercials, the worst thing you'll ever see.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't born in the 90s though, but I did see those old commercials. They were
yeah. If you want to see some horrible stuff, look at any Power Ranger commercial from like 1993 to like 1996 on YouTube.
There was a Dolph Stream one that they did with Buzz Lightyear, and it was a weird commercial.
Yeah, toy commercials were weird. Like nowadays, we don't even really need toy commercials anymore. Like, I just realized I don't see any, and it might be a Hasbro thing, I don't see any marketing ever for Lightning Collection outside of like, this got announced on Hasbro Pulse, pre-order it. I don't see any.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with that. Yeah, that's my biggest problem. Because Hasbro said many times that they want to bring Power Rangers to like a big stage to like the next level, whatever. I'm like, okay, you say that. When was the last time you guys did like a commercial to promote like Dino Fury? You know, the latest season. And yeah,
Yeah.
at the same time, the merchandise for Dino Fury isn't the best though. That's just
No, look how long it took for them to even release those really low quality Zords. Like
the
we
last
were like so far into the show and there was no Zords. There's only 3 figures that were released.
the last time that Hasbro did like commercial Power Rangers was Beast Morphers 2 years ago. And after that, after,
Yeah, I was even watching Power Rangers or getting any of the toys around that time, and or outside of Light, and I remember like seeing some of those like Beast Morpher like commercials.
yeah, I,
Yeah, it's
I
all marketing.
I can say this. I love Lightning Collection. It's like my second favorite toy line because, well,
I was gonna say, what's your first favorite?
oh yeah, oh no, probably that stuff right there.
Yeah, the wallet burner. Like yes, like SH figure. Like I literally like gush over like photos of SH figure arts because like they take photos so well.
You're welcome for that.
Yeah, which is why I'm concerned about like Lightning Collection stuff with like their cues, their quality control, because it's like you'll be able to see it. You can tell when there's like the quality is not there. Then it's Bandai, so it's like Bandai's always going to give you quality.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only had one SH figure art break while taking it out of a factory sealed box, but I fixed that. It was one of my Dopons from Double. The sword broke taking it out of the packaging.
A lot of people tell me that I'm the main reason why the walls burn because of my pictures. From taking pictures from figure art, Lightning Collection.
Yeah. And
else.
So to wind it down before we close everything out, I have to ask on the spot, out of all the figures, what's the number one favorite figure?
I knew someone was going to ask me this again. Ugh.
Yes. It's an important question.
I have two. SA figures Hirobi and SA figures Camera Evil. Those two right now. Those two are gonna be part of my top 10 figures for this year.
Evil definitely makes sense because like that's such a good figure. I'm probably gonna buy one.
Yeah, you're gonna buy one eventually.
I was like,
one though, so you're welcome for that.
Yeah, honestly, like out of all mine, I really like the Garen broken helmet version. That is like one of my favorites in my collection. Especially if anyone who's watched Blade and like they don't do broken helmets like that anymore, and that was just such a good like time in the show.
The last time they did a broken helmet was in the build.
Yeah, and it's just like, but that SH figure, and I think outside of Garen and Blade, I don't think we ever really got any broken helmet SH figure arts really fully released for a lot of characters.
I really do hope that Hasbro does that for Rangers. Like there are a lot of broken helmets for Rangers.
Go to Time Force.
Yes,
that's my favorite season. Like that's.
I didn't like Time Ranger. I like Time Force more, but yeah.
Yeah, I tried to watch Time Ranger, but yeah, no, the broken helmet Garen just looks so good, and it's like one of like, and that's also like the first Blade SH figure I ever bought, so it was also my first SH figure I ever got. So it's like that sentiment value, but I will
say this: my favorite Lightning Collection figure is In Space Silver, Wild Force Silver, and Dino Charge Green.
I will say, like, there's a few because I was looking because our Target just got I get a lot of figures this and that. My wife likes Disney and like Barbies and stuff like that, so she was hunting down. I think it's like Monster High or something like that. Yeah, so she got a few of those, and my Target just like restocked everything, so they actually have like 5 pegs, and they have all the Ninjetti Power Rangers. But I saw the Lightning Collection for Dino Fury Red, and that looks really good.
He's a good figure. He's a good figure.
Yeah, it looked really good, and I was like, and the Dino Sentry, like the Tyrannosaurus Sentry one, like
I like also.
So I was on the fence because I was like, well, I don't want to do Lightning Collection stuff anymore. Like, I want Hasbro to like not have my money. But then I was like, well, what if I just get the comic related stuff? That should be allowed. Like, that should be like the loophole. I can get the comic book related Lightning Collection stuff because I really just want the Sentry, but I also really like that Dino Fury one so much.
Until you see Brokusatsu picture for the Red Sentry, like crap.
Yeah. You're just like, it's like good that outside you're gonna like, hey, look, Mark, I have a whole Lightning Collection review of it. It's like, man. First comment like me, oh, I guess I'm gonna buy this now. But I thank you for taking time out of your afternoon to sit down and talk Toku, toys, and everything else. I'm a fan of, obviously, I've talked about your podcast and figures and your photography. Where can everyone find you on social media, your channels, and everything else?
If anyone want to find me, my YouTube channel, Brokusatsu, I'll talk about everything what Mark said, basically. And you want to find my Twitter? It's at Brokusatsu as well. Brokusatsu 15, but still it's at Brokusatsu. And my Instagram the same thing, Brokusatsu as well. And yeah, guys, come to my channel because and watch my latest video. Which was my podcast episode that I uploaded last night. So yeah.
Yep. I saw the tweet and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this. So while I was working on some stuff, I was checking it out and I was like, okay. I was like, that's good. Like, if you want just a not so structured and more laid back, just Toku conversations and talk about stuff, the Broku cast is definitely really good. I enjoy it. It's very entertaining.
Random, but yeah, it's
I like random podcasts, especially when it's like Toku related stuff where it's not so like cut and dry and like out of script and like go in this order, boom, boom, boom. Like I like where it's just free flowing. It's your thoughts and opinions and you're, just spitballing your like that's why that's my main like draw towards podcasts. So that's why I feel like that kind of stuff. If you like Toku, the Broku cast, definitely want to check out. I'll have all the social medias and links in the description below. If my editing and I don't feel lazy, I'll probably have your Twitter handle underneath your actual video on the feed. It just depends on how lazy I am when I edit videos.
I would say for those who want to see my photography work, my channel there are 2 links to two portfolios. You can go check out my work there as well. So yeah.
And underneath each photo, there'll be a link where you can purchase the figure that he takes photos of. So you can just buy them. You might as well just make it easy for everyone to just start with your videos. Just start be like, here, buy it here. Might as well pre-order it now.
Well, I do say in my video that this figure is exclusive or not exclusive. It's up to you want to.
Oh, I know. You're really good at like not just being like, here's a you tell people where and how they're released, which is really nice because a lot of people do reviews of figures and they're like, okay, just check your retailer. It's like, or they're not like, hey, I bought this. It's like, okay, where? How'd you get it? You're just like, yeah, this is like Premium Bandai. This is from this convention. So it's really good how you inform with your reviews, and you go really in depth with articulation, which I appreciate because that's important when posing your figures.
Yeah, some figures don't have that, sadly.
Yeah, I'm still going to buy that. I don't even care. I just need it for the collection. I thank you for being on the show. And obviously, you'll definitely be a returning guest. So I thank you again. And that is it for the episode.